Today we're taking a quick look at the low light performance of the LUMIX S5 Mark IIX. Now, over the last couple weeks, I've put out a couple of videos showcasing the brand new LUMIX S5 Mark IIX, and both of those videos had at least one shoot where I was filming in a more low light scenario. And so today I want to talk to you about my overall thoughts and how I think the LUMIX S5 Mark IIX performs in low light. And so with that, let's start everything off with the ISO performance of the LUMIX S5 Mark IIX. And we're actually going to compare this versus the Sigma FP. Now, while we're looking at this ISO comparison with the Sigma FP, I actually did this test last year between the LUMIX S5, the original S5, and also the Sigma FP. Now, I will say that I think the Sigma FP still is a little bit sharper and offers a little bit more contrast, but the S5 Mark II and Mark IIX do offer a little bit more sharpness than what I saw with the original S5. And so while there may be some denoising happening in camera, I don't think it's going to be as bad as the original S5. And I don't know if LUMIX intentionally improved the low light performance with these cameras, but it does seem that the low light performance is a little bit better. And so that's something that's nice to see with the Mark II and Mark IIX. And so with that, let's go over and talk about the low light autofocus performance. I'm going to go ahead and say that just from the shoots that I had from this camera with the prior videos that I put out, I've been really impressed with the low light autofocus performance. Now, two shots I want to speak of specifically in talking about the low light autofocus performance of the camera is a shot where I was filming the concert where I basically was trying to film the crowd, and all I did there was hold the camera above my head. Both the IBIS and the autofocus just did an amazing job. The autofocus locked on, didn't hunt at all. The other shot that impressed me was a shot where we were using a split diopter, and I was trying to catch brake lights from a car that was passing by, and I noticed the car was coming, and I very quickly pointed the camera at my nephew, and I didn't think it was going to lock on, and it locked on perfectly. The fact that it locked on even with a split diopter in front of the lens, again, is just amazing. And so I've really been impressed with the autofocus in general, but especially the autofocus performance in low light. And so I will say the autofocus performance in low light is stellar. Definitely one that I have extreme confidence in. And it's actually to the point that my nephew is looking at doing event videography for touring bands. And we've been looking at what cameras to pick up for him. And originally I was looking at the Sony FX3 or even the FX30 because of the price point. But now I'm actually recommending that he go with the Mark IIX or even the Mark II if he doesn't need the extra codecs. And so that's a testament of me putting my money where my mouth is, or rather my nephew's money, where his mouth is. I don't know how this is supposed to go, but that should be a testament of how good the autofocus performance in low light is the fact that when it comes to event videography or filming concerts, I really do think that this is going to be a camera that offers really good low light performance. And that brings me over to just my overall thoughts. And if you haven't gathered from my overall thoughts, I've been really impressed with the low light performance of the camera. If you are somebody kind of like my nephew that's doing concert videography or filming live events and it's maybe a more low lit scene, then this is absolutely a camera to check out. Or if you're already looking at this camera and wondering about the overall low light performance of this camera, know that I am confident in saying, just from what I've seen, that this camera handles low light really well. Maybe again, not as good as some, but it is going to definitely get the job done. And so that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, or I hope it was informative and you got some information out of this video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to give it a like. And if you're into the L mount alliance, whether it's the Sigma FP, FPL, or LUMIX S5 Mark IIX, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. As always, thank you for joining. Go and find your journey. Go embrace life. Peace. Hey, come here for a second. It's late, all right? It's 11:40. Yeah, I don't go out after. I'm a night owl, but I don't go out after like 11. Don't ever say I don't do anything for this channel. I've got like the skeevies. I've already been like followed by someone. It's creepy out here. I'm going home.